Hey guys, it's Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you a little pregnancy update of weeks 13 through 17. So if you're interested in that, keep watching. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos. All right, let's get into it. I'm currently sitting on the floor in my closet. Just figured I would just sit down and film this. I have been getting questions every single day on Instagram about how I'm doing, my symptoms, how I'm feeling about pregnancy, all the pregnancy things, and I honestly haven't really been talking about it a ton just because not everyone is pregnant and I didn't want to like bore you guys with details. I figured I would do my first trimester, second trimester, I don't know, must-haves, nursery stuff. I didn't know that you guys would want more updates than that, but apparently you do. So I'm going to do a monthly update. So this will be weeks 13 through 17. I'll do another one around like 20 weeks. I'll be halfway through, and then we'll see after that. I don't know how often things will change, or I don't know. I also always sit with like my knee up, and I feel like time is ticking for when I can't do that anymore because my belly will be too big. When I'm filming this, I am about 17 and a half weeks. It's so weird counting things by weeks just because it's something I've never done in any other scenario in my life, and I probably won't ever again. Anyway, at about 15 weeks and some change, we went and got a 3D ultrasound because Adam isn't allowed in the ultrasounds anymore with me, which is such a bummer. It's just, I don't know, I feel like he's missing out, and it's scary and nerve-wracking to go to the doctor anyway, so going without him is just kind of a big bummer, especially because it's our first. I feel like if this was our second, it would be, I don't know, I would know more of what to expect, but since I have no idea what to expect at any appointment ever, I'm always really anxious going in there, and yeah, he can't go. So one of my sweet subscribers owns one of the 3D ultrasound places, and so we went there and we got to see him rolling around in my belly, and Adam got to see him, which was awesome. So, and she actually invited us back, so we'll probably go again. I think she said around 28 weeks maybe, so I think we'll go then, and that's when you can see a lot more of their facial features, so that'll be fun to be able to see him. But we did take some footage, so I will insert that footage now. Hey guys, we are about to go into the 3D ultrasound place and see our little nugget. Adam can't, so I'm 15 weeks right now, and Adam can't go into the doctor with me anymore, so we scheduled an appointment to go to one of these places because he can actually come inside. So this will be his first time seeing our little baby move around. Are you excited?
Backflips and handstands.
Yeah. So I think that I can film in there, so I'm gonna try and get a clip.
See that spine though? Look at how beautiful that spine is.
Kind of looks like a dinosaur.
Yeah, you're having a dinosaur. Congratulations.
Okay, I'm not trying to birth a dinosaur. Definitely a little alien-like.
A little hand right there by his head. Yeah.
Yep. Maybe he's waking up. So he's rubbing his eyes.
Look at that little hand.
It almost looks like he's like pushing away from my uterus to try and like roll over.
You see them jumping sometimes? It's my favorite. They literally use you like a little trampoline.
I have gotten a lot of questions asking what the heartbeat is, and or what the heart rate is of him, and I had no idea. They've never told me at the doctor's office, but she told me, and I forget, but I think she said it was 145, and that was a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if that changes or if it stays the same the whole time. I don't know anything. I did write some notes down just so that I kind of would remember everything that had happened. So right around 17 weeks is when I feel like my belly started looking like a belly. I can still wear, like, all of my leggings still fit and everything, and I have one pair of jeans which are like these miracle jeans called the Always Fits jeans, and they are supposed to fit, it's one size fits 4, so those ones I can still button up, but it's not comfortable by any means. So I have found a pair of maternity jeans that actually stay up. I did try another pair and they don't stay up yet, I think because my belly's not big enough, but I also bought a belly band to fit with my regular jeans, and that works as well. I will link the jeans that I really like down below. They also have a non-maternity version, so if you're not pregnant, I think the jeans are just great in general. So I will link both versions below. They are pricey, but I don't know, I'm not wearing jeans all that often right now anyway, and I just really want to be comfortable, so for me it's worth it. I also, full disclosure, got this pair for Christmas, although even if I hadn't, I would definitely have bought them because it's the pair that I've heard the most reviews about. My food aversions are insane. Like, I feel like the list of foods that I like is shorter than the list of foods that I don't like. Almost everything grosses me out. Some things I'll think sound good and then I go to eat them and they are disgusting. So basically all I want to eat still is fruit and carbs, which is not great. I ate almost an entire pineapple in one day the other day, like to the point that my mouth hurt so badly. But fruit just tastes insanely amazing. And yeah, it's meat in general grosses me out. Meat that's not in something, like if I'm just eating like a piece of chicken or even chicken on salad or something, is not okay with me. So that has been a big struggle. I really wanted to have a really healthy pregnancy and eat as healthy as I can and not gain any extra weight and the whole 9 yards. I feel like I spent all of 2020 getting as healthy as I could and losing weight and all of that. And I was hoping that that would then pay off when I got pregnant. And now I feel like I'm undoing everything and it's really stressing me out. But I am just trying to remember that I'm doing the best that I can. I am continuing to try to be open to eating different foods because it's so weird. You'll look at something that you have always liked and it's like someone is trying to feed you poison. It's bizarre. My congestion is still here in full force. Every single night, even right now I can hear it. Like I'm hearing my voice echo in my ears because my head is so clogged up. It's all day, every day. It's even worse at night. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I don't think that there's really a solution to that. I use nose drops every night. I now am getting bloody noses because my nose is so dry from using nose drops, and you're not supposed to use them all the time, but that's the only thing that helps. And my doctor told me I can use congestion medicine, but she doesn't want me using it like every single day. So instead of using that, I'm using nose drops, which is then just drying me out to insanity. I think I mentioned before that I was actually getting less headaches since being pregnant than I had before I was pregnant, and I'm hoping that that's not changing. But I did have a headache from Friday through today is Tuesday that I'm filming this, and I had like my headache hangover on Monday, and today I have a little bit of a headache again. It's not as bad. It was like migraine put me to bed basically all weekend, so I'm feeling better, but my head does hurt again today, which is really frustrating. I think it was maybe 2 weeks ago, so probably around week 15, I was having insane pain when I would eat. Like it felt like all of my food was stuck in my chest or like down my throat, and so I would try and eat something and then I would just have so much pain, and to the point that I would puke everything up, or I would eat something and immediately feel like I needed to puke. And so I talked to my doctor about that, and she said it sounded like I was dealing with reflux and that I could take Tums for it, which I did do that, and it gave me some relief. I'm not dealing with it again right now. I don't know if it's something that I was eating, but it was like maybe 3 or 4 days, and it was always at night. So I don't know if it was like a combination of everything I ate throughout the day, but it would be like right before dinner if I had a snack in the afternoon, and then I couldn't even eat dinner a couple of the nights because it was just so painful. So that was very weird, and it was kind of freaky just because I didn't know what it was. Those are kind of the main, I guess, symptoms that I'm dealing with right now. I did ask you guys what updates you wanted on Instagram and the questions that you had for me, so I'm just gonna kind of run through those because truly I don't know what kind of updates to give. This is my first time being pregnant, obviously, and I just don't know what you guys want to know, what you don't want to know, any of that. So I'm just gonna run through the questions, and then probably some of these questions that seem like they'd be ongoing are things that I will answer in each update video that I do. A big question was, how much weight have I gained? Full disclosure, I do not weigh myself ever because I have a really unhealthy relationship with my body image. So I don't know how much I weighed to begin with. I hadn't weighed myself since probably like June or July, and I didn't have a doctor's appointment where they weighed me until I was probably like maybe, I think I was maybe 8 weeks or something when I had my first appointment where they weighed me. And since then, which I don't think I had gained anything at the beginning, just because nothing really changes. You don't feel symptoms. I felt very, very tired, but I didn't feel, I guess, pregnant symptoms, if that makes sense. From that appointment at around 7 or 8 weeks to my last appointment, which was at 16 weeks, I had gained around like 5 pounds. So I don't know. Honestly, I'm trying not to gain extra weight than I have to, and they say that you don't really need to eat that much more, like 200 or 250 calories more per day, but that the babies really don't need that much extra. I mean, they're teeny tiny. Right now, he's the size of a pomegranate, so he does not need like a ton of food. So yeah, I am trying not to just gorge myself in junk food and gain a bunch of extra weight, but I don't know what's normal, what's not normal. Everything online says something different. So that is where I'm at right now. And then a lot of people were asking how I'm dealing with my changing body and how to love your body while it's changing. And honestly, I don't have an answer for you. I wish I did. I wish I had some great advice. But I think that this is one of the hardest aspects of it. It's really, really weird for your body to just change out of your control. And I haven't gained a ton of weight, but my belly definitely sticks out more. It's so interesting how the weight gain isn't necessarily there as much as it looks like it is. Like, in my opinion, it looks like I've gained more than 5 pounds, but that's because your uterus is growing, and then the baby obviously is growing, and they don't weigh a lot. They're just expanding things. So I think, I don't know, you can look like you've gained more than you necessarily have. And it's just something that I'm trying really hard to remind myself that this is for a reason, remind myself I'm not getting fat. It's that I'm pregnant and I'm growing a human. It's definitely not easy. And it's so much easier for me to look at other women and think that, or think that they're beautiful and think that their bodies are amazing, than it is for me to look at myself and feel that way. I just think that we are our biggest critic. And I think, quite frankly, it's just really weird when you haven't been pregnant before to see your body like this. So I guess what I'm doing is just taking it day by day. I desperately need to buy bigger pajama shorts because I only have one pair that fits me right now, and I had like a total meltdown about a week ago because the only pair of pajama shorts that fit me were in the washer at like 11 p.m. and I was so sad that nothing fits. So I need to just go through and replace things. And I think that would be maybe one piece of advice, is don't wait until your clothes are too tight, because that is really, really sad, and that's hard for me. Growing out of my clothes feels really sad, but if I had already replaced those shorts, then I don't think I would have been as sad, because I would have just had things that still fit. I have been asked this question a ton too, is how many days post ovulation I was when I found out. I have no idea. Based on my cycle and when I should have ovulated, I was taking ovulation tests so that I would know when I would ovulate, and the test never said that I ovulated. And based on when I actually found out, and then when I went to my first appointment and they couldn't find the baby in the ultrasound, I ended up being a week less than I thought I was. I thought I was 4.5 weeks, but really I was only 3.5 weeks when I found out. But I have no idea when I actually ovulated. They gave me a date of when they think I would have ovulated based on how far along I'm measuring. So based on that, I would have found out 11 days post ovulation, and I had tested 2 times earlier in the week and they came back negative. So I tested at 8 days, 9 days, and then 11 days. So the 11th day, based on those, but not based on me actually knowing that that's when I ovulated. So that is probably not helpful, but I truly have no idea when I ovulated because the tests never said that I did. Lots of questions on a birth plan. I don't have one. My birth plan is to get the baby out as painlessly and safely as humanly possible, but I am such a planner, and I know that if I go in with a plan that I want and then it doesn't go that way, I'm gonna be all kinds of upset. So I'm going in with as little plan as I possibly can, and just trying to have an open mind and trusting my doctors and knowing that they will do everything they can to get this baby out as quickly and easily as possible. Questions about if I'm going to nurse or not, I don't know. I'm undecided about it. I've done a lot of research on it. I've talked to a lot of people about it, and I have no idea yet. I might try it. Part of it just feels like something I don't want to do, but I might change my mind. I have no idea. What I think is that having a baby that is fed and having a mama that is happy is like the best thing that you can do for your kid. So I'm going to be prioritizing both of those things in whatever way it looks like for us. Someone asked if I'm napping throughout the day. I am not anymore, but I certainly was through my first trimester. I could not make it through the day staying awake. It was so hard and tiring. I would take a shower and be exhausted from showering. Like, the pregnancy exhaustion was real. So I think that that's totally normal. I did get some energy back. I still don't feel like I'm like back to my own regular energy, but I certainly have more than I had in my first trimester. And then a lot of questions asking about kind of the business side of things, if I'm planning on taking off time for the baby, if so, how much, and how I'm planning on working with the baby at home. The short answer is I don't know yet. The, I guess, longer answer is I am planning on taking off a couple of weeks. Truly, I can't imagine taking off a lot of time because I just love working. So I don't think that I'm going to be like disappearing for months or anything like that. I will be getting help with the baby. I don't know what that looks like yet either. I know that my mom is definitely going to help. And yeah, it's really hard to plan for because obviously I don't get a maternity leave. I run my own businesses, and I do have an assistant right now. Depending, I might hire another person at some point in the next few months to kind of prep for this because I don't know what it'll look like. I don't know though. I also have no idea how I will feel. Like, at what point will I be ready to leave him for a few hours for me to get work done? Is it going to be a long time? Am I going to be like attached at the hip with him? Will I be able to just wear him and work while I wear him? I have no idea. So to a point, I'm playing it by ear. I am planning on getting some help put into place so that I have the option to work if and when I am ready. But I don't know what that looks like. And I am planning on pre-filming some videos, so I'll have content going up. And then as far as SB goes, I have help with fulfilling orders, or I will have help with fulfilling orders. So even if I don't want to leave him yet, I know that my mom will come over and help with him / help with fulfilling orders. We can like do both at the same time. So I'm not worried about not having the help, I guess. I think I'm more worried about not knowing how I will feel. Like, I can't plan for it because I just don't know. I do know that I will not be taking a like traditional maternity leave where I'm off for a set period of time. I think that I'm going to pre-film a couple of videos, and those videos will go up while I'm taking probably a couple of weeks off, and then we'll see. And then just working from home with the baby, I hope that he likes to be worn, because that would be very easy for me to be able to fulfill orders or do whatever while I'm wearing him. There's going to be a point where he's older and getting into things, and obviously that's not going to be as easy as it will be when he is really little and is sleeping a ton. So I will have childcare. I know that for me personally, I need to work because I enjoy it so much. So I will definitely have help at some point that's like a more full-time situation, so that I can be plugged in, and I have a flexible job, so I'll be able to be plugged in with him, and then also actually have set time to get work done, because getting my job done during nap time is just not going to be an option. Someone asked what I'm most looking forward to with being a mom, and I don't know. There's so many things. I just can't wait to see what this little human is like. Like a combination of me and Adam. Hopefully he has the best qualities of both of us and isn't like a terror between my stubbornness and, you know, who knows what. But it's just going to be so fun to see what he's like and be able to shape him into being a good human. I definitely feel like there's a responsibility there because straight up, we're going to be raising a white male in America, and he's going to be living a privileged life. And so we have a big responsibility there to make sure that he turns into a good human who's a great part of society and is not contributing to a lot of the issues that happen in the world right now. So that's exciting, but that's also a lot of pressure. But I don't know. I'm excited to see who he is. And I'm really excited to see what he looks like. I'm hoping that he's not a giant baby like Adam was. I'm excited to see him spend time on the lake that I grew up on. Like, that'll be so fun. And I'm really excited to see him with his cousins because my sister has 2 boys. So I think all the boy cousins are gonna just be best friends, which will be really cool. I have lots of things that I'm excited for. And I'm sure that they'll change once he's here. It's hard to imagine because I don't know him yet, but I think that's kind of the biggest thing, is I'm excited to meet him. All right, the last thing I want to talk about is something that I mentioned in my first, if you guys watched my pregnancy announcement video, I was very real and raw about my thoughts about birth and being pregnant and all of that. If you haven't watched that video, I will link it up in the cards for you. But I've gotten so many messages, more messages than I've ever gotten about any single thing I've ever posted, asking if my feelings have changed or how I'm dealing with that. And I don't know. So I think through the first trimester, I was able to kind of cope with the fact that it felt really far away. June felt far away. And then as soon as my second, I was kind of able to put it out of my mind and not think about the fact that I would have to go into labor. But as soon as the second trimester hit and I realized how quickly the first trimester flew by, I kind of started panicking again. And since then, I toggle between like full panic and not thinking about it. Truly, I don't think that I've like coped with it, and I don't know that I even need to yet because it's January. It's not going to happen until June. But it's definitely something that I think about probably daily, and the thought of giving birth is still absolutely horrifying to me. So I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily dealing with it yet. I have had a couple of people tell me about different resources to look into, and there's one in particular. It's a girl on Instagram. I wish I remembered her name. If I can find it, I will link it below. I followed her and then I never screenshotted or did anything, but she does these online classes that are supposed to help you deal with fear and strengthen certain muscles and other stuff. I don't really know. So I'm thinking about signing up for those. But I guess my feelings are still kind of the same. My anxiety is out of control. Normally, when I'm not pregnant, I am situationally anxious. So if I go into a really large crowd, I'll get anxious, or just situations like that. That will kind of trigger anxiety. But now it's a lot. It's like almost every day. Sometimes I can't sleep, or I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'm panicking over something completely irrelevant. A couple nights ago, I was panicking over a situation that happened over the summer, and it was nothing even bad happened in the situation, but I was feeling anxious about the possibility that something could have happened in that situation that did not happen. And it was something from July. It's weird that I don't have control over my thoughts, and I'll try and think about something different or something more positive, and I feel like I honestly cannot change my thoughts. And so that's something that's very new for me. I'm not going to self-diagnose because I have not been to a doctor yet, but I feel like I'm dealing with some depression. I'm sad and I cry a lot, and I don't know why. So, and that's a very new feeling for me. And I talked to my doctor about it, and she told me that I should definitely seek out therapy and talk to somebody about it and see if I can get it under control, because it does make my chances of having postpartum depression much higher. So that's something that I'm looking into. I have reached out to a bunch of therapists and I'm waiting to hear back, and I will be making an appointment ASAP, because obviously I don't want to deal with postpartum depression if I don't have to. but I just think that my hormones are on this crazy roller coaster that I cannot get off of, and I just feel like it's out of control. So I don't want to be a complete Debbie Downer here, but I do want to share my true journey of pregnancy with you guys. I am super excited to be a mom, but I don't think that I'm somebody who is enjoying the ride to get there. And I think that just because I'm not doesn't mean that you will not, or that your situation will be the same as mine. But if yours is the same as mine, I just want you to feel validated in that, because it doesn't mean that we're going to be bad moms or that we will not love our children as much as other people. But yeah, this has just not been like sunshine and rainbows for me. But yeah, this has just not been all sunshine and rainbows for me, and I just feel really called to actually share the truth of it and not sugarcoat it, because it's been really hard for me to find other people who have struggled with it and who are open and honest about that. So I just want to be that for you if you are going through that too. So that is kind of where we're at. So right now I'm 17 weeks. I will update you guys again in about a month, probably around 20 weeks-ish, which is not quite a month, but I guess when we're halfway through. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot to show you guys my bump. I'm gonna put in a little boomerang that I took the other day, slash maybe a photo. Maybe I'll do a side-by-side of my bump at 17 weeks. I hope that this was helpful for you. Please give it a thumbs up if it was. I will link my pregnancy playlist down below if you're interested in that. Leave any questions that you have for me down below in the comments. I'll try and get back to you. I've also been chatting with a lot of you guys on Instagram, so you can reach me that way. I'm just at Sarah Brithinee everywhere. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching.